Is it time to buy or sell Root stock? In this video, we are diving deep into Root. Our initial report was published on our website on Friday, the 12th of September, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and deep analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 11th of September 2025, our system has identified Root as a buy candidate, assigning it a score of 2.45. Now, let's examine the stock's performance during this time. Unfortunately, the stock has not met expectations, experiencing a loss of 0.54% thus far. This equates to an average daily loss of 0.27% since it was designated as a buy candidate. The stock is positioned at the upper part of a very wide and declining trend in the short term, which typically presents an excellent selling opportunity for short-term traders, as a reaction back towards the lower part of the trend can be anticipated. A breakout above the upper trend line at $102.12 would initially indicate a slower decline, but it may also serve as the first sign of a trend reversal. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential decrease of 34.5% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging from negative 51.82% to negative 32.49%. In the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of 55.09%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary between 41.18% and 235% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price somewhere between $139.88 and $331.92. Our latest daily update for Root includes the headline, Root Inc. stock price down nearly 0.25% on Friday. The Root Inc. stock price fell by nearly 0.5% on the last trading day, which was Friday, the 12th of September, 2025. The stock declined from $99.62 to $99.08. During the last trading session, the stock fluctuated nearly 3%, reaching a low of $98.03 and a high of $100.96. Although the price has decreased in 6 of the last 10 days, it is still up by nearly 10% over the past 2 weeks. The trading volume also fell on the last day, which is a positive indicator since volume typically follows the stock's movement. On the last day, the trading volume decreased by 77,000 shares, with a total of 286,000 shares exchanged for approximately $28,350,000. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest stock price was $181.14, while the lowest was $36.87. Currently, the price sits at approximately 45% below the 52-week high and over 81% below the all-time high reached on the 28th of October, 2020, when the price hit $530.64. Root exemplifies a narrative of swift growth tempered by immediate operational challenges. Recent analyses highlight 2 key themes: a robust market opportunity and heightened investor interest, contrasted with rising expenses and short-term earnings pressures. Analysts who categorize Root as undervalued emphasize the potential for embedded insurance expansion, founder-aligned ownership, and a technology-driven distribution advantage that could enhance revenue and profit margins over the coming years. Management's scheduled investor conferences are expected to increase visibility and may generate short-term trading momentum. However, counterbalancing this optimistic perspective, company commentary indicates that escalating operating costs, ongoing investments, and warrant-related charges are likely to compress earnings per share in the near term. Maintaining high earnings volatility. Momentum-focused investors have already viewed the shares as a tradable asset following recent declines, which amplifies downside risks associated with negative news, but also intensifies gains on favorable updates. The net impact suggests that in the short term, we should anticipate increased volatility surrounding investor events, financial results, and expense guidance. With price fluctuations driven by sentiment and earnings reports, looking to the long term, if the adoption of embedded insurance and the scalability of technology-enabled distribution progress as anticipated, alongside a recovery in profit margins, the stock could be revalued upwards. Conversely, failure to control costs or maintain growth would likely keep valuation in check. Analyst ratings. On Monday, the 18th of August 2025, it was reported that UBS assigned Root a neutral rating with a hold action. On Sunday, the 2nd of March 2025, it was reported that Wells Fargo assigned Root a buy rating with a hold action. On Sunday, the 2nd of March 2025, it was reported that Scotiabank assigned Root a sector perform rating with a hold action. On Friday, the 22nd of November 2024, it was reported that JMP Securities assigned Root a perform rating with a downgrade action. On Friday, the 16th of August 2024, it was reported that Keefe, Bruyette & Woods assigned Root an outperform rating with a hold action. Analysts have assigned Root stock a general neutral rating. The price-to-earnings ratio is rated a strong sell, and the price-to-book ratio is also considered strong sell. However, when it comes to return on investment, the analysts have rated the stock as strong buy. The following signals have been identified for Root. The Root Jinx stock presents buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, indicating a positive forecast for the stock. However, there is a general sell signal arising from the relationship between these two indicators, as the long-term average remains above the short-term average. Should the stock experience downward corrections, support may be found at levels of $97.07 and $98.55. A decline below either of these levels would trigger sell signals. A buy signal was generated from a pivot bottom point on Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. And since then, the stock has appreciated by 14.2%. Further increases are expected until a new top pivot is established. Additionally, a buy signal has been noted from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. It's worth noting that some negative signals have also been identified, which could impact short-term developments. Volume decreased alongside the price during the last trading day, mitigating overall risk, as volume typically follows price movements. Here are some additional signals that may capture your interest. Moving Average Convergence Divergence, buy signal. Pivots, buy signal from 17 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal from 2 days ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal from 8 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 3 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages indicates a buy signal from 58 days ago. Upon reviewing the 12-month chart, we observe short moving average, buy signal from 8 days ago. Long-term moving average, sell signal from 59 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages shows a buy signal from 47 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you wish to discover more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for Root. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $90.23 and $88.39. There is a natural risk involved when a stock is testing a support level. If this level is breached, the stock may then decline to the next support level. In this instance, Root Inc. finds support just below today's level at $90.23. Should this level be broken, the next support from accumulated volume will be at $88.39 and $88.26. This stock experiences average movements throughout the day, and with good trading volume, the risk is considered to be medium. During the last day, the stock fluctuated $2.93 between its high and low, which is a change of 2.99%. Over the past week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 5.5%. Before we dive into the potential trading levels for Root, let's quickly cover some essential fundamental data. First, we have the price-to-earnings ratio, commonly referred to as the PE ratio. This important ratio measures a company's current share price in relation to its earnings per share. A relatively low PE ratio may indicate either a modest expectation for the company's future or suggest that the stock is undervalued, presenting a possible buying opportunity. In other news, the upcoming earnings report for the third quarter of 2025 is anticipated on the 29th of October, 2025. Analysts' consensus estimates project a loss of 635 thousandths of a dollar. It's important to monitor these figures as they can significantly influence stock prices. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for Root. In case of an upward trend, the first resistance level for Root is at $100.74. If you do not own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be surpassed before entering a position. For those already holding the stock, this could be a level to consider for swing trading. On the downside, Root encounters its first support level at $90.23. If this support level holds, it could serve as a favorable entry point, anticipating a rebound. The combined average rating for Root from multiple analyst sources is neutral. Now, let's examine some recent insider trades. On the 2nd of September 2025, Tim Alexander E. conducted an insider sale of 406 shares of Class A common stock. On the same date, Tim Alexander E. conducted another insider sale of 6,711 shares of Class A common stock. Again, on that day, Tim Alexander E. conducted a sale of 2,722 shares of Class A common stock. Also, on September 2nd, Tim Alexander E. sold 1,022 shares of Class A common stock. On the same date, Bonik Darpur Mathiar conducted an insider sale of 5,750 shares of Class A common stock. Based on the 100 most recent insider trades, we have determined that the insider power is negative, with a ratio of negative 22.165. Overall, insiders purchased 4,407,319 shares and sold 6,957,662 shares in the last 100 trades. Our recommended stop loss is set at $94.48, indicating a decline of 4.64%. This stock experiences moderate daily fluctuations, which suggests a medium level of risk. Currently, there is a buy signal generated from a pivot bottom identified 16 days ago. Is Root stock a good buy? Several short-term signals indicate positivity. Although the stock is currently in a downward trend, we believe that this level may present a buying opportunity, as there is a reasonable chance for the stock to perform well in the near future. After analyzing the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our system suggests that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Monday, the 15th of September, we expect Root to open higher by 277 hundredths of a dollar and begin trading at $99.36. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and it is advisable to consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. Your investment decisions should not be based solely on the information provided by StockInvest.us. By using this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for this stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a beautiful day. Best regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.